Hi everyone, it's Saturday morning, so it's time for a simple craft using household goods. Here at Briggs Library, we always have lots of toilet paper tubes that we've saved or paper towel tubes. Both work. If you're using a paper towel tube, you just want to cut that in half. So have a grown-up help you with that, okay? So you want two pieces, one for the body and one for the head. You'll also need something to mark the spots where you want to put the holes. I used a permanent marker. You can use a washable marker or a pen or a pencil. You just need something that you'll be able to put dots on the paper towel tube with. Next, you need a push pin like this, so you can easily punch those holes in. And then I used a pen top to make the holes a little bit bigger to make it easier to put that string through, okay? Also need string of two different lengths. You want two long pieces, somewhere between 8 and 12 inches. That's your choice. Just make sure that they're the same length, okay? Then you need 4 shorter pieces for the legs, between about 6 inches and 8 inches, because you can always trim off the extra if the legs are too long for you, okay? So again, you want those 4 to be the same length. You want these 2 to be the same length. I'm using different colors just to make it easier to show you that these are the long ones and these are the short ones. You can use as many colors as you want, or you can make them all one color. It's fine, it's your choice. The next thing you need is something to weight down those feet. So on this one, you can see easier what I've used. I've used some wooden beads like this. You can use plastic beads. You can use large buttons. They don't even all have to be the same size. They just have to be the same length. You could use the empty spools from thread. Anything you want to use. You could even use a little pen top because it makes a nice noise. And then after that, you need a dowel, a stick, or a pencil. I like to use one that's not sharpened already so that there's nothing pokey on the end. Okay? That's for the top of it. That's what we'll put on last. We also need tape. I have masking tape. If you want a pipe cleaner for the tail, you can use that. Anything you're going to use to decorate your animal when you're done. So I used paint and stickers. So if you want to use stickers, you can. If you want to just leave it like my first one here, you can do that as well. You can use crayons, markers, colored pencils, anything the grown-up in your life is fine with, you go ahead and use that to decorate it. Now you can decorate it in the beginning or you can decorate it in the end. I did learn that you want to punch your holes first before you paint it, because when you paint it, it makes it a little trickier, more difficult to punch those holes in without bending the tube. Okay? All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. So the first step I did was I chose which one was going to be the head and which one was going to be the body. And then I went ahead and I put the dots on. So the body gets a dot where the end string is going to go in. So 2 dots on the top, one about a ½ an inch or so from the end, and one about the same distance from the top. Okay? And then you put 4 holes on the bottom for those legs. On the head, you want to just put 1 hole on the top in the center, about an inch from where the end of your head's going to be, and then 1 hole directly below it on the bottom. Now you'll notice that I cut a lot of lines in the head, and that's to shape it, because I wanted my head to be smaller than the body and a little curved like a snout. If you don't want to do that, that's okay. You can have the grown-up help you. Just make this one a little shorter, since the head should be smaller than the body. Okay? So again, you just cut those and then you push them in and you tape them. So that'll just take a minute here. We'll get that taped down. you're younger, you might want an older sibling or a friend or a grown-up to help you with this part. Another piece of tape. You can use any tape that you've got at home. We had a lot of this masking tape at the library, so that's what I'm going to use. Now I'm going to leave the back open by the ears because that will make it easier to get that string through and knot it, okay? So choose one of the long ones. And I used my pin, punch that hole. And I used this to make that hole a little bit bigger. Not too much, because we want that string to stay in there. Just make it a little bigger. You can use something to help you push it through the hole. And then you pull it through, like that. You also poke a hole in the bottom, and you string that string all the way through the top, through the middle, and out the bottom. So that one goes all the way through the dog's head, okay? And then set that to the side for a minute. We're going to do the holes on the body. So like I said, 2 holes on the top. And 4 holes on the bottom. Make them a little bigger with the pen. I like the pen top because it's not too sharp and it makes the hole just a little bit bigger so I can get that string through there. We could use something like this too. This is a little skewer that I had at home in the kitchen for cooking, and I used it to put the beads on when I was painting them. It helped. Otherwise they rolled all over the table, which was not good. This also helps to make the holes a little bigger and to push that string through. All right, so the first one we're going to do is the one that comes through the bottom of the head. Make sure it's the bottom of the head. So how I can tell is that on the top of the head, I've only got 1 piece to fold down between the ears. And on the bottom, I've got 2 pieces to fold down between the ears, okay? You want to put it in the top hole for the body. Make sure you don't choose one of the 4 holes that you put in there for the legs. So you just want to do the top hole for the body. I'm using this nail file to help me push it through the hole. You can also use the pen top. Either one works. And once it's through, you can pull it like that and tie a knot to hold it in place. Like that. So this looks long. That head's going to come down like that when you're finished, okay? The next thing we're going to do is put the other long string through the hole that would be back by the tail. And we're going to make another knot to keep the string from going back through. And then pull it through. And there you've got the beginning. So now that we've got the string through, we're going to go ahead and tape the rest of the head. There we are. Now it's time for the legs. So you've got those 4 pieces of string that are the same length. Remember we said about 5-6 inches. You'll see why we want them that long in just a minute. So we want to put those through the leg holes just like we did with the long strings on the top. Okay, so now you can see all the pieces where they need to be of string. The next step is to put the beads or the weights on. So on the ones I already made, I used wooden beads. And this one, I'm going to try the buttons to see how they work. Now you decide, once you get that first one on there, you want to know, how long do I want those legs to be? So I'm thinking about there looks pretty good. The last step for this, for the construction part, is going to be choosing what you want to hold on to control the strings to be longer than your animal, than your puppet. So you can choose like a popsicle stick. There's wooden dowels of different sizes. It doesn't matter how thick this is as long as it's sturdy, okay? You could use a stick from the yard if you wanted. You can use a pencil. That's what I've used on my other ones. On this one, I think I'm going to go ahead and use the popsicle stick. There you go. I'll show you the one that I decorated at home. And I painted and everything. So you can paint it. I added a pipe cleaner for a tail. That I just taped inside. And I put stickers. You could color or paint eyes on or use googly eyes. It's entirely up to you. You can make your animal look any way you want. And then you can use it for fun. You can tell a story with it. You can make all sorts of puppets using stuff you've got at home, like toilet paper tubes. Thanks, everybody. I hope you all have a good day. Take care.